We did our year in review, so it's also that of course means it's time for the first annual LR Cast Awards.
Oh, awards!
Yep.
Did I win an award? I like awards.
We'll find out. These are we're going to go with the Limmies, as in the limited resources.
The Limmies.
We might iterate on that, but this is the first annual LR Cast Awards for this year. So let's kick things off with the worst grade of the year. That honor belongs to Ugin the Spirit Dragon, which we gave a D.
Yes.
Ugin the Spirit Dragon was the literal best card in the set.
We drop kicked that one pretty bad.
Okay, maybe second best Citadel Siege. Honorable mention, also from Favorite Forge, we gave Mastery of the Unseen a C+, also one of the top 5 cards in the set.
That was an A, yes.
So the Limmy for that one goes to Ugin the Spirit Dragon. The best grade, it goes to Dampening Pulse from Battle for Zendikar, which I gave a B-, and Marshall gave a C+. That was the best grade because it was still underrated, even though that was what was going to be predicted. It turns out it's not like an amazing card. It's not the best card in the world, but it is a very solid card, and people tended to underrate it. So
I would give it a B now for what it's worth.
Right, and I think that makes it one of the better grades, and in fact, the best grade.
Congratulations, Dampening Pulse.
The next category is Most Valuable Contributor, Guests. The Limmy for that one has to go to Owen Turtwald from episode 311, Owen the Enchanter. Owen really did set the bar for what it means to be a guest, and I think these awards were compiled through user feedback, and the user feedback on that episode was the best of I think that any episode we got this year. So
it was overwhelming.
So that of course made it Owen in a landslide.
Also, and I've done all the interviews for every guest we've ever had on the show, and Owen was easily one of the best, if not. He was fantastic.
That's why he earned the Limmy.
And somebody also in the comments said that it made him seem more human.
Well,
I was like, all right.
You get an award for that too.
Yeah, Limmy deserved.
The Limmy for Most Valuable Contributor in the category of sign-offs was Shahar Shenhar. He has yet to appear on the show, but he is integral to our sign-off strategy this year.
He really was a big... Congratulations, Shahar, on your Limmy.
The tallest co-host category, the Limmy goes to Marshall Sutcliffe.
I won!
The honorable mention, LSV.
Congrats to both of us.
we had to win something. The Limmy for Most Valuable Episode goes to LR286, Top 10 Traps Unlimited. This was, again, voted on via user feedback, and this was consistently brought up as one that had a lot of good information in a way that people could easily digest and stick with. So we're going to go with episode 286, the Top 10 Traps Unlimited. Loved Wall Trap, of course, being one of them.
I think it was number 10, right?
The Limmy for Best Card Name, of course, goes to Marsh Hulk. That wasn't particularly close.
Yeah, that's true.
The Limmy for Best New Mascot, Harold barely wins this one, since he was the only new mascot introduced this year.
He barely wins.
The Limmy for Sweetest Archetype Award, it goes to Blue-Black Fairy Miscreants in Origins. This is the blue-black deck that drafted Fairy Miscreant and Bonded Fetch and all these just I always call it Bonded Construct and all these just 1-mana flyers and terrible cards. That was a very fun deck to draft, even though it did not come together all that often.
All right, congratulations to Fairy Miscreant for winning something. We certainly didn't win any games.
The honorable mention goes to Blue-Black Exploit in Dragon's Fate Reforged, because that just was a sweet deck to draft.
That was sweet, yeah.
The Limmy for the worst archetype goes to Green-Blue Midrange in Battle for Zendikar. This was a deck that had a couple random devoid processor cards, oddly enough, a couple random green-blue mid-range cards like bounce spells, and a bunch of terrible creatures. This deck never won.
So Void Attendant picks up his Limmy and shimmies off the stage.
It does. The honorable mention goes to Green-White Allies, Green-Red Landfall, and Green-Black Sacrifice, all from Battle for Zendikar.
Wow, Green really swept up the worst category on Limmies.
It certainly did. The Limmy for Sweetest Build-Around goes to Goblin Slide. It wins in a Goblin Slide. It's... The honorable mention goes to Demonic Pact from Origins, which was always good times. And whether you killed yourself or your opponent, it was still pretty sweet.
Exciting either way.
The most disappointing Build-Around award goes to Girapur Aethergrid. This card looked awesome, was terrible. The Limmy for the dishonorable mentions goes to every other Origins Build-Around.
Yep.
The best mana award goes to Avon Surveyor. The honor, and that was not Best Man Award. It was Best Men Award. The honorable mention goes to Void Mage Separatist. And the dishonorable mention goes to Mercstrider. This looks like a Man-O-War. It is not a Man-O-War. It is a pretender. So,
what about Clutch? Does Clutch get on the Limmy list here, or is it not an actual Man-O-War?
No, it's not an actual creature, so it didn't quite get there.
It wasn't there. All right, fair enough.
The most controversial addition to the show, that goes to...
Oh, God.
Ooh, a Fathom Feeder.
Boo.
That was easily the most controversial.
Why do you do this?
The honorable mention, though, is interesting. The honorable mention goes to...
Wow. In a shocking twist, you've opened another pack.
A foil Endless One and a Noyandar Royal Shaper. There we go. That concludes our first annual Limited Resources Awards for 2015.
Yay!
Congratulations to everyone who won a Limmy, except for, of course, Green Blue Mid-Range, which did not win an award you want to win.